I caught my wife in the kitchen, screwing a guy from her office. I wanted to write this sooner than I expected, but I only got up the courage now. I am 30, married my wife, 29, about 5 years ago. I always saw her as a caring, loving person who always concerned about me, but when everything happened, she showed herself to be a completely different person. I don't know if she pretended to be that way because of our marriage. After 1 year of marriage, we had a daughter, 4. She is absolutely the love of my life. I adore her. My wife and I have always loved children, so having a daughter was like a blessing to our newly formed family. Fast forward to the future, the pandemic caused me to lose my job. My wife continued to work in an office while I did odd jobs wherever I could, as my wife and I had regular fights over it. One of these fights resulted in her slapping me in front of our daughter, which probably made her uncomfortable, but she didn't understand these things, so I guess she doesn't even remember it. My wife always reminded me that I didn't have a job and that our marriage was getting worse and worse. In a short context, I didn't finish high school. This makes it very difficult for me to find a stable job, at least in my country. I had tried to get a job in several places, but it never worked out. So, 2 days ago I came home early after helping to make some deliveries for extra money. I walked into the house and saw a scene that just never left my mind. My wife was there, in the kitchen, having sex with a guy from her office. She saw me staring at the scene, completely unresponsive. She screamed in horror at the sight of me. I just wanted to go over there and kill the guy, but somehow, I managed to stay calm. I left the house with my wife's car keys in my hand because I don't have a car, and I had to pick up my daughter from school. A few minutes later, she came out of the house with messy hair, tired, and red cheeks. She had probably been having sex with this guy all afternoon. She looked at me, cried, and told me that she loved me and that she was sorry. I didn't know what to say. The only thing I could ask her was, "How long have you been doing this?" To which she replied, "Please, it was the first time." I didn't know what I was thinking. It was a lie. I wanted to believe her, but I couldn't. I got in the car without saying another word and drove to my daughter's school to pick her up. I needed to relax, so I just drove to a fast food place and bought us some snacks. For a few seconds while I was eating with my daughter, I forgot what had happened. After spending an hour with my daughter, my wife texted me saying that she loved me and was very sorry for what she had done, and that she was at a friend's house in the office to relax. I didn't answer anything. I drove home and found this guy sitting on the sidewalk looking down. I got out of the car, put my daughter to sleep in our house, and then got out of the house. I just saw him turn around, crying and saying he didn't know she was married. I asked him to explain, and he said that she basically lied to him. He told me that she said she was single and that her ex-husband lived in another state and that her daughter lived with her. He told me that they never had sex in the bedroom and that she always wanted to do it in the living room or the kitchen. That is why they never had sex there, because that is the only place where there were pictures of me and her together, and if he found out, he would probably freak out and stop having sex with her. I asked him the same question I asked my wife, "How long have you been doing this?" And he replied that they had been having this affair for 3 months. I didn't know what to say. I completely stopped feeling my body. I've never been so devastated in my life. I told him to go home, but he told me that he didn't have a car and that my wife brought him to my house and she was the one who drove him home. I felt a little remorse from him. Maybe he was telling the truth. Maybe he was really sorry. I drove him to his house, but we didn't talk the whole way. When we got there, I asked him if he had anyone, if he was in a relationship. He answered that he had a girlfriend. I told him to tell her everything that happened to protect him, her, and their relationship. I said that she would probably freak out, but I reminded him that he just wouldn't be able to continue a relationship knowing that he had cheated on his girlfriend. I said that in the end, it was his decision to tell her or not. He just agreed and got out of the car. After that, I came home to keep my daughter company. I have never been so devastated and destroyed in my entire life, and I have never cried as much as I have in the last 2 days. All I can think about now is protecting my daughter. I don't want to see this woman again in my entire life, and I hope to get a lawyer as soon as possible so I can get a divorce. I will try to post updates whenever I can. And thanks for reading. I needed to get this off my chest and didn't want to tell my brother, who is the only person in the family that lives in my state. Also, sorry for any mistakes. I am not a native English speaker, so it is very difficult for me to write anything in this language, but I tried my best. Thank you. Edit. Since there are a few people confused, I didn't leave my daughter alone at home when I arrived at the guy's house. I called my brother to watch her. I just felt bad for the guy. Maybe he was sorry. I don't know. Edit 2. So, yeah, I felt like I needed to do this edit because there are a lot of people talking about the fact that I drove the guy to his house. I felt bad for him. Deep in my heart, I really felt sorry for him. So I just felt like I needed to do this. And yeah, looking back, it was parental neglect, even though my brother was taking care of them. I shouldn't have done this, and this will probably have a big impact on the divorce case. Thanks for all the comments. We'll probably send an update soon. Update. I just wanted to give you all a quick update on what is going on. Right now, I am already contacting a lawyer about what all happened, and he said that my situation is not so good and that I will probably never get 100% custody of my daughter, and the best option is to try to get a 50-50 custody, which I immediately accepted. I want my daughter to still see her mom because it could be too traumatic for her to handle, her mom just disappearing from her life like that. Thanks for reading my comments, and I'm going to stop editing this post because I don't know if Reddit has a character limit on these posts. So if anything new comes up, I'll update in another post. And thank you all for the kind words and comments. I felt really appreciated, and all the advice helped me a lot. Thank you all. Comment 1. OP, please get tested for STD. OP comment. I didn't even think about this. Thank you for remembering me. I will take the tests as soon as possible. Thanks. Comment 2. DNA test the child, dude. You just never know. OP comment. Just answered another comment with the same topic. I am considering it since I don't really know about how long my wife is doing this. If my daughter isn't mine, I will love her still, as I said on the other post. My daughter cannot be blamed on my wife's actions. Update, 23 days after first post. I don't have my mind in the most sane state to explain the backstory right now. I just need to vent right now. If you are curious, you can find my first post in my profile. To start, I've been feeling so angry and empty lately. I thought to myself, oh wow, I'm getting a divorce. I'm leaving my cheating wife and I'm going to be so much happier. But no, I was wrong. I feel bad, angry. I just want to punch someone in the face. My soon-to-be ex-wife is literally making herself the victim in the story, and now all my friends are on her side. I feel even more betrayed now. My brother is trying his best to lift me up, but I can't handle it either. He just keeps saying, it's going to be okay, and she doesn't deserve you. When he says these things, I just wish I could scream that no, it's not going to be okay. I've been so angry lately that I've literally thought about hitting my own brother, the guy who supports me the most. I just can't handle all these feelings, and I'm getting more and more scared. It's like the world is against me for some reason I don't understand. I don't know why I get this punishment. God must be angry with me for some reason. Every time I wake up, I just wish everything ended and I wish everything would go back to normal. But no, it will not go back to normal. My life is being destroyed because of my soon-to-be ex-wife, and she thinks she has done nothing wrong. She is showing her true self, and I can't handle it. I can't even eat right anymore, and now I've started smoking again. I just ignored the fact that I almost died years ago because of my reckless smoking, which just drives me more crazy. I'm not going to post any more updates here because I'm 100% sure my soon-to-be ex-wife is going to win this divorce. I just wish I hadn't caught her cheating. I wish I was a better husband and father. I feel angry, sad, destroyed. I don't know what to do. When I'm not trying to just destroy everything around me, these thoughts of just disappearing start to kick in. I don't know what to do. To be honest, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't just jump from a high place. Next, we have some comments, and OP replies to them, and he makes a final comment. Update at the end. Comment 1. OP, please don't do anything that can hurt you. Please seek therapy and talk to your brother about this. I know it can be hard, but you need to be strong for yourself and your daughter. Stay strong. I wish you the best. Comment 2. She is the mother of your children. You should forgive her. OP comment. I know. I'm trying to forgive her because I loved her for so many years, but I just can't get over with everything is happening. I'm trying my best to forgive her, and I think I will fully forgive her in the future. Comment 3. If roles were reversed, wouldn't she have forgiven you? OP comment. Probably not, to be honest. Next day OP makes his final comment, update. Well, to be honest, I did not expect this post to get this much attention. I just wanted to vent because I'm really depressed and angry at everything. As I said, I don't want anybody here to stay worried about me, so I will not post updates about this whole case. Not anymore. I will probably delete my account or something like that. I just hope that everything will come out all right, even if I don't have any hope about this. I'm currently not seeing my daughter because I don't want to spread any negativity to her. And about my soon-to-be ex-wife, I'm not talking to her either. I just send messages to her to check on my daughter. About my friends, I cut off contact with them entirely, since they don't want to hear my side anyways. I didn't receive any news about the guy who had sex with my wife, but I don't hope anything good to him. I'm not saying it all, and my mind just keeps making me think about him and go over there and beat the shit out of this guy, which I gratefully will not do. So thanks everyone for the kind messages. I hope I don't do anything to hurt myself until everything ends, lol.